So what does a hierarchical task inventory look like? Well, here we have one for a campground reservation system. At the top, we see the verb purchase reservation. Now, other than the top level, we want to make sure that each of the boxes has a task and not an object. This is important. It's okay at the top level to have an object because you're directing the user role. So we have a user role for making a reservation on the left and a user role for what we'll be navigating to in the cancellations transfers page. But only at that top level should we have those defined user roles. Below that should just be tasks. We do not want this HTI to look like a sitemap. So as we go down the left, we see an opportunity, select number of people, and then continue. After that, we see change number of people, click arrows, and select start date. Now, let's take a closer look at that level. Change number of people, click arrows, or select start date, all could be done independently of each other at different times. That's why they're on the same row. So in this section, we have the continue. So the user would probably click a next button. So we're using tasks again and ensuring that we're not talking about information architecture or site mapping again. So at the bottom, the second row from the bottom, we see change date, change number of people, enter info, enter payment, and agree terms and conditions. Well, traditionally, we would go top to bottom on that. In this case, it could be done at any time. So we want to know what's dependent on each element. If we look on the right, we see scroll to view available reservations or actually buy. And in this case, we go and we want to buy a reservation. So we can return to our transfers list. We can enter personal info. The same thing as the reserve section on the left. And lastly, we agree to terms and conditions and buy the reservation. So what we've done here is try to order the tasks in order if they're dependent on each other. And if they're not dependent on each other, they're going to be in the same row. We've also added a bit of color coding to show the difference between each one.